I'd be arrested for gooning too hard.
Oh.
No, I would probably be arrested for cruising.
But you know who isn't cruising? Saltina Shake. No, wait.
Yeah, she's coasting. Where is the lie?
Hello, happy holidays, and welcome to
Tea with the Maple Tree. We are your hosts. I'm Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And everybody's favorite little elf, Tingles.
Just kidding, it's me, Drew the Dray Clown.
And Jackal Morose.
And we will be reviewing this week's episode and last week's episode of Canada's Drag Race Season 6.
Time to get sickening.
Oh.
On last week's episode, we saw the return of the reading battles. Drew, how did you feel about the little roast?
I think that this maxi challenge is perfect for some season 6 comedy queens such as Sammy Landry and PM. They were standouts. They were the best in my opinion.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, except for the one line that Saltina said to Van Gogh about Canadian geese and her lips migrating, like that lives in my head rent free, mama. And the fact that when facing off against Velma, Dulce was dressed like Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Come on, you better work.
And I gotta say, like, having the week before this, where they had to do either Snatch Game or a design challenge, it's kind of really nice to see them follow it up with a full-on comedy challenge. So props to the producers for making those people have to do it. So
other than Sammy and PM, which contestants stood out to you this episode?
I mean, I gotta say, like I said, Sammy and PM eating. But Ebony, she knows how to kiki, she knows how to vibe, she knows how to invite you in and read you down. Everything she says is truth, and you're like, you're right, I am a piece of shit.
Would you say that Ebony is your mapling of the moment, or who was your mapling of the moment?
No, yeah, I would have to say Ebony is my mapling of the moment. She ate, she looks stunning. I love these little victory curls. Her in that like purple like outfit. Mama, you are just so beautiful. You are stunning. Ugh. Now, who is your mapling of the moment for this week's challenge?
I do have to agree that Ebony was my mapling of the moment, although there was quite a few standouts. For example, Saltina, love Sammy and PM. I loved how they vibed off of each other, especially like Sammy's like multiple PM references.
Yes, that was very smart.
Very smart.
Very genius.
And yeah, like just everybody did it so well. It really was such a strong challenge, and I felt bad for the judges because they really had to nitpick.
Now we get to the runway for episode 4, and it is
chemical reaction.
Ooh. Is there a specific kind of chemical reaction you would have done for this runway?
I would love to do something with like corrosion.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
I think that my kind of chemical reaction would be sublimation, and I would just be a total sub. I think that would be really fun to camp it up. Come on. And if you know science, you know that sublimation is the process of...
chemistry is defined as the transition of a substance directly from the solid phase to the gas phase without passing through the intermediate liquid phase. This process occurs under specific conditions of temperature and pressure.
First up on the runway, is it getting hazy in here? Because we have Hazel strutting down in this gorgeous metallic look.
And I love this transition of the gold to the silver.
Ooh, it really was stunning. The armor was amazing. The cape, gorgeous.
It reminded me of like Joan of Arc in a way. And
it really did.
I like it.
Come on, golden. Gonna be golden.
And then following that, we have Maya Fox, and she is erupting on this runway. I love this look.
It was a really fun look too. I believe like the dress was lit from within, wasn't it? Like it was giving that illusion if it wasn't.
I think I knew Maya had this much punch behind her before she got onto this season, but I didn't know she was going to punch this hard as she is on this season.
Mm-hmm.
You are doing your big one, Maya.
Well, yes. You know who else is doing quite a big one? Ebony, who absolutely slayed with this camp look. I mean, the process of getting your curls done and then having everything burn off in the back, like, ooh, we're really giving a party in the back, if you know what I mean.
And like, sometimes you can kind of tell that there's going to be like a campy little reveal on the back. I had no idea. Like, the way that this hugged her body, it was so smooth. And mama, the body is tea.
She really was showing off her assets.
Tea with the maple tree.
Hey!
And so after that, we have our good night friend, PM.
Ooh, with a little bit of bleaching action, getting us those pearly whites.
This kind of actually reminded me a little bit of Hazel's look, just kind of how it was like gold, silver, but more, this is like the yellow, white. It's just a little bit of a hue shift, but I saw this right away, and I knew it was PM because of the ruffles, the like kind of like baby doll style dress, like the silhouette was silhouette-ing.
Absolutely. And it was also still giving like that classic clowny vibe that PM is known for. Following the prime time, we have the late night show with Van Gogh, who gave us Decay on the Runway. This was gorgeous, especially with the face reveal. Like, come on, this is like Dracula level prosthetics, and I was living for it. It was creepy, it was couture, it was everything, and hands down, like, stunning.
It kind of reminded me of, do you remember when Grey Matter in his finale looks had like the face reveal on face reveal on face reveal? This is what it kind of reminded me of, and I loved it.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Who else melted their face away? It was melting with caramel chocolate, Miss Caramel.
Ooh.
The body is tea on this one too. The skin was skinning, it was shining, it was stunning. It was also, though, expected. I kind of expected this. And so I wish that there was a little bit more of a surprise. That's my only critique to you.
I don't know, call me biased, but this was like sugar on my tongue. tongue. So sweet, sweet, sweet. Invite me if you come. No, but I absolutely like love the branding that Caramel is pulling off this season. And while yes, it may have been a safe look, personally, I loved it and I thought it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, the branding is branding. I will give her that. I just want to see a little bit of something that I didn't expect.
That's fair. That's fair. You know who else is fair? Miss Sammy, who came down the runway looking absolutely ethereal.
Yeah, she was glamour plus demon mama.
Oh, this was sparkly. This was shiny. It was giving diamonds are a girl's best friend, honey.
And I did hear someone on TikTok being like, you know, if any other girl did this, we wouldn't live for this. But because it's Sammy, we are eating!
Eating, and loving.
And I'm not loving, Saltina Shaker's look. I wish that the fit was fitting better. Like, why was the arms the same as mine? Why was the shorts so short? I just wish that it went and proportionized a little bit more. But that's me. Sorry, girl.
That's fair. I mean, I'm a huge dork and I love a nerdy science-y reference, and I thought like this idea of cryogenesis was like so fun, so camp. I do agree that it could have been dragged up a bit more, but honestly, I live.
I think that, well, we haven't gotten to this look, but there's a look later on, Thelma Jones, who does something that kind of reminds me a little bit of cryogenesis too. It's crystallization. To me, they're kind of similar. And honestly, that one, sorry, getting ahead of myself, but we're on Dulce.
And how do you feel about this look?
And so now we get to Velma Jones. I have said this last week or the week I said this last time we reviewed Canada's Drag Race. I love Dulce, but I was always expecting more. And I'm not greeted with more. More is not more. So I want more. Sorry, girl. How do you feel about this look?
I feel like she looks stunning. I did love the color palette, but it could have been a bit more.
The color palette is stunning.
Absolutely.
You're right.
And Dulce, you're painted hands down, diva. You look gorgeous. It's just a little bit more.
Yeah, and I will say I think this might be my favorite silhouette that Dulce has pulled off. Showing the one leg, showing the one shoulder. I think that this is probably... This sounds so shady because I don't like it, but this is the best she's looked.
Like in every episode of Scooby-Doo, we have Velma following Miss Daphne. Coming down the runway with evaporation, I believe it was.
Crystallization, I thought it was?
No, it wasn't crystallization. It was...
Rotation? So she did serve that. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Having pants with train.
That was just... It went on forever.
Ugh.
It went on forever.
My only critique, and this is such a minor critique, I wish that the pant blending up into the bodysuit was a little more seamless. But baby diva, goop
That is
gay.
a nitpick if I've ever heard of.
Oh, it's a nitpick. And that's just because I'm holding you to such high standards. And I know you can achieve them. Ding. Your thoughts?
I don't know how to follow that.
Do you have thoughts on this look?
Yes, I do have many thoughts on this look. I absolutely love this look. I thought it was a very smart look. I love the smoke coming out of the wig. That was a really cool gag. And all in all, I love the idea. The concept was amazing. I feel like I'm just going in circles talking about this now, but stunning. Amazing. I loved it. No critique.
And we discover that this week's winner is
Ebony LaBelle.
Diva, you ate down. You're so funny. You're such a kiki. I love seeing you on TikTok lives. You are a vibe.
Absolutely. And honestly, this win was so well deserved because not only did she eat in the challenge, she also ate on the runway.
Yeah, tea. Very tea. Very tea. And then we have our three bottoms, which are Dulce, PM, and Hazel.
And Dulce gets saved to live another day.
That sneaky golden beaver.
Which means that we have the Battle of Vancouver with Hazel facing off against PM to Avril Lavigne's I Ain't No Dumb Blonde. And holy shit, this was fucking iconic. This was a battle.
The way that the legs were legging, the way the splits were splitting.
The flips were flipping.
I swear at one point, PM got a concussion from that knee hitting their own head because they just...
Also, the pirouettes were pirouetting. And that unfortunately means that Hazel is going back to Van without a crown, but holy fuck, Diva, you ate the house down. Boots. You did so well on this season, and while you were only here for a few episodes, you should be proud of yourself because I see an All-Stars or Versus the World in your future, because god damn, your story is not done. But you know what is done? This episode, which means we are on to the newest episode this week of Canada's Drag Race.
Season 6, Episode 5, and we have some little chitty-chatty talk shows just like the ones that we are on right now.
Ooh.
Keep the maple tree, subscribe, like, do the things.
And the fun thing about this episode, too, is we start off with a little mini challenge where the divas get into some quick drag and do a karaoke of past Drag Race songs.
This was hilarious.
Oh, it was so funny. I love the Xana references this season.
We're not friends, you're a means to an end. No matter how many notes you said.
Yes, I do too. Xana everywhere.
Xanadu and I do.
And also, I love the callback to Terra Nova. I love all the callbacks. We do have some really good lyricists, and then we also have some really lyrics.
That we're lyricking?
They were there.
Well, yes.
They were sung. We heard them. And they sung them again.
Well, yes.
Yeah, this is a very fun little karaoke mini challenge. And the winner of this karaoke mini challenge was...
Who was it?
Dulce?
Was it Dulce?
I think it was Dulce.
A few moments later.
And the winner of the mini challenge this week was Dulce!
Woo! Who won $2,500 from Shoe Freaks.
Diva 8.
And for this maxi challenge, the divas are split into teams of their choosing. Drama stirs and alliances are for.
Come on, weirdo clown alliance.
Why, yes.
We live
We love and laugh.
for the weirdos
And the clowns.
of the world. Yeah, this is so real because we get the realness.
Which consists of caramel, dulce, and saltina.
And they definitely talked.
A lot.
And there was a show
Well, yes.
that was filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
I feel like there were some good points, and the key points were researched. It just felt a little dry.
Kinda like a vagina.
Right. There was a lot of thought put behind it. There was a lot of intelligent points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was just no...
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, no invitation for us to be like, hi, we're your friends.
Mm.
The way that we do it all the time for you guys, because you're our friends.
Well, yes.
And you like and subscribe videos, because that's what friends do.
And that's the tea. Speaking of tea, the energy really picks back up with tea time.
Which consists of Ebony LaBelle, Maya Fox, and Van Gogh.
Ooh, and I really loved this segment. It was very fun. It was very chirpy. And the divas really just kikied. It was a great time.
I think that they were at advantage. A, they're all really charismatic people, which is perfect for this. But B, I think them all being challenge winners gave them that boost of confidence to just kind of like sit back and relax and have fun.
Mhm.
And that's when we had fun.
Following that, we're going to have even more fun with Couch Side Kiki, consisting of PM, Sammy, and Velma.
Now, they had to do a interview with special guest host, Kaiser.
Which honestly, I feel like they had the hardest part of the challenge because a three-way interview, holy, but they pulled it off so well.
When I found out that Kaiser was going to be the guest host for this and a part of the challenge, I was expecting it to be like the one challenge where we had Cher's mother and son on the regular season of Drag Race, where they all had to do that individual interview. But the fact that it was only one team that did the interview, you're right. They were kind of at a disadvantage or an advantage, depending however you choose to look at it. And they utilized that. And I'm very proud of them for doing so. And it was fun.
It was fun. There was a connection. And also, I just want to say, like, they ate. They did such a good fucking job. And you could tell that Kaiser was having fun, engaging, and was extremely comfortable too, which is probably one of the most important things when it comes to an interview, is making sure that the person you're interviewing is comfortable.
And having a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that Sammy Landry did a really good job at being that like straight person who was quite literally in the middle of the two major aspects of discussion and was able to control everything. That is true fucking talent.
The moderator was moderating.
At a high level. Oh,
Yeah. Following the Maxi Challenge, we have this week's runway, which was Park Walk.
where what would you do if you were sent to jail? And I think they did this also on a regular season back in like season 7 of like the regular Drag Race. So I love seeing these kind of challenges being re-brought up and the thought and creativity that comes with this challenge of how would you get arrested? how would your drag persona get arrested? And that's such a fun question. So, Jackal, how would your drag persona get arrested?
Well, I don't need to think too hard about that because I have been arrested while protesting, but just like a pair of pants, those charges were dropped. How about you, Drew?
T. I would be arrested for being so hot.
Oh, they just couldn't stand it.
I'd be arrested for gooning too hard.
Ugh.
No, I would probably be arrested for cruising.
But you know who isn't cruising? Saltina Shake. No, wait.
Yeah, she's coasting. Where is the line?
But you know who's not cruising? Saltina Shaker as she comes down the runway as an Iron Maiden.
This look is so beautiful. It is so well thought out. The beating is beating. The rhinestoning was perfection. My only critique, I don't understand how she got to this point of being a perp. I just know she's been captured, detained, and tortured.
Yeah, but I mean, considering she's in an Iron Maiden, you didn't have to do a lot to get thrown into one of those. You could have shown an ankle.
Which, Maya Fox.
More on that later.
Not next, but yeah, more on that later.
My point stands.
That's fair. I love this look, though, that she brought. I think she did look stunning. Again,
T. And the details was there.
Yes, but how did you get there?
I mean, it doesn't always need to be that deep, though.
But you know what will get deep? This fucking bitch right here. I love Dulce. And so now we get to Velma Jones.
Absolutely. And Dulce, this look, it's yummy. I absolutely love the color palette. I love the Y2K vibe of it all. You looked stunning, diva. This is probably my favorite look so far.
She puts the Ola in Chola. I loved this. This was so camp and so stupid. I know this baddie. I know this gal. She it.
Absolutely, and she stole my little heart in that shoplift spree.
Speaking of shopping spree, we have another diva who's stealing something else. And it's not just our hearts, it's this entire competition. Caramel.
Ooh, coming down the runway in this inky blue attire.
I think that the beating on this too was also so well done. I have to agree with the critiques that Brooklyn said. Had it been on a different color that contrasted it even more, even if it was just black with the blue on top of it, I think that it would have read a lot better. But I think that this is so well done. I did not expect Caramel to pull this off.
Oh, this was a gorgeous piece. Absolutely. Again, like, the color contrast could have been a little bit sharper, but the design of it all and the way how it hugged her body. You had a hair.
I felt it too.
You know who's not a hair, but rather a breath of fresh air? It's Ebony LaBelle, coming down the runway in this gorgeous Marsha P. Johnson-inspired look, taking us right back to Stonewall. I fucking love this look. I love a historical reference, I think I've mentioned before, and just, like, honoring, you know, Marsha. Seeing the connection. It's just, gorgeous.
I think that this is so beautiful, and the second that I saw the brick, I knew exactly what it was. Then I saw the headpiece with the flowers, and I was like, this is such a beautiful homage and reference, especially to another Black trans artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the perfect way. This is perfect. I have no other words. I love honoring queer folks of the past.
Mm-hmm.
And another person who is doing such a beautiful homage, especially to something that is so recent and dear to their heart, Van Gogh. This, like, literally tears rolled down my face, like tissues weren't enough. I'm like tearing up right now, and it's not just because of these contacts, like genuinely, like, this was so beautiful. The storyline of this. Oh my god. You gotta say something. Oh, love this.
It was a breathtaking look, and like Drew was saying, like, it's very emotional and current, especially with the story that Van shared while in the workroom. This is truly beautiful, and this, like,
Literally.
Diva, holy fuck.
I don't think we need to say anything else. We all agree.
Exactly. I don't know how to segue this, so I'm just going to introduce the next contestant, who is Maya Fox. And she
Is making me fucking laugh so hard. I think, Maya, thank you for bringing Stupid Drag back to TV. I love Stupid so fucking much. This reference of just showing your ankles, oh, so smart, so historical, so referential, so
silly.
silly.
Mm.
Oh, I love it. Maya, honestly, standout of the season for me, Maya. Like, she's doing her big one that I was not expecting her to do. Mapling of the season? Maybe. Oh my god, I'm still crying from Van.
It was a gorgeous look and a gorgeous story.
Yeah, like literally.
Like, literally. Following Maya Fox, we have a private message. It's PM, strutting down the runway in this fantastic historical look. I love this look. I love this look, and also I love the fact that PM brought filth to Canada's Drag Race.
So disgusting, so... Ugh, I love some piss play. Can I say that out loud? So fun. This is camp. This is amazing. And like I said with Ebony LaBelle, like I love paying homage to queer historians or queer history, and like the soapbox raids of the 1980s in Toronto. Just like, thank you so much for bringing that attention and awareness in queer history to the main stage, to national television, and hopefully to a wider audience that never knew of it before. And maybe we'll do a little bit of research now. So do your research.
Do your research.
Queer history is so fucking important.
On a side note, I want to say that us Dragula fans are so lucky this season because, yes, we're getting the glamour of it all, but we've also been getting horror and filth on the main stage of Canada's Drag Race. Like, come on! Oh, I'm so happy.
A different kind of liquid that we can look at is the maple syrup look from Velma Jones and the great maple syrup heist of 2011 and 2012.
Which is a crazy reference, but come on, Quebecois.
You leave it up to the Quebecers.
Right? I think like somewhere between like 18 to 24 million doll hairs of maple syrup was stolen in that time period. Like, oh my god, that's a sticky situation.
And it looks like it was operated by the Federation of the...
But enough about that. Let's talk about this look.
I think that this is a very smart look. This is very sticky and gross and like kind of triggers something in me that like I would hate to have this happen, especially with the fur coat. Maple syrup with the fur coat.
Yeah.
But this was very smart. You know what? You did that.
Absolutely. And again, I love the reference, not just like the Quebec reference, but the little recent history reference, and also, again, the fur, the stickiness. It's like a sensory nightmare, but so well executed. Props to you, Velma. Mwah, I love it. Speaking of French Canadian, we have Sammy Landry coming down the runway in a Jimbo microwave inspired look. Like, I fucking love this.
The Amanda Lepore of it all. This is so good in the best way.
You know who it also kind of reminds me of? Yovska and their devil look.
Oh, I totally see that. Come on, regular reference again.
Right. But no, this was so campy. This was so stupid in the best way possible. Like, I gagged. I lived. I loved. Sammy, you quirky, crazy diva. Mwah. So fucking good.
Now, who is your mapling of the moment for this week's episode?
My maplings of the moment for this week's episode are Van Gogh and PM. I loved the concepts behind the look. I loved the storytelling. It just, both were so strong in my opinion. Shout out to Ebony. You are in my top 3, but I was only allowed to do 2, Drew.
I gotta say that I think, yes, Van Gogh and PM did have really good looks. Ebony with the historical look. But Maya Fox? Stupid. And I love that stupidness. And you know what? She came through too on the performance of the talk show too.
Mm.
Maya, I'm just impressed with you this entire season.
Now, who'd you say is a real sap?
The sad sapling of the week. Shit, I don't know. This is tough. We have such a good cast and a bunch of competitors this season. I would probably say Saltina, only for the fact that that was the after effect of being put or locked up or perp or whatever you want to say, not how you got there. Now, who is your sad sapling this week?
Honestly, if I'm gonna go off looks alone, the look that didn't really impress me that much was Maya's. I know.
Literally, here you are talking about how much you love historical references, and this is the funniest, stupidest historical reference that there is, and you're hating on it? Contradictory.
Listen, I can appreciate a historical reference, but also be critical about the historical garment. This did not feel authentic to me.
But she showed so much skin. Girl, your ankles.
Girl.
Rhinestone it. I agree. There could be a little bit more. What? Where are the rhinestones this season?
I mean, I could have...
Where are the rhinestones? So, don't give me that look, bitch. You may be off camera, but I'll react as if you on camera. So, Lulu Daniels' sad sapling of the week is also everybody who did rhinestone.
And that wraps up the runway portion, where we find out the winner of this week's episode, and that is none other than Sammy Landry.
And honestly, so well deserved. I think that entire team did so well. They also had the hardest challenge of doing the interview. And like I said, she was able to control just Kaisa, PM, and Velma, and have it go so fluid and organized, and also know when to wrap it up. It's Sammy, you're eating.
Absolutely. And by the way, I just noticed I say absolutely a lot, so get that counter out and take a shot. As I was saying, though, the look also ate. It was campy, it was fun, and all in all, this was such a well-deserved win. So, my wig off to you, Sammy. You fucking ate.
And then we have the bottom 3, the entire team of the realness.
I think things are getting a little bit too real.
For the realness. Because the competition's really heating up.
Oh, it really is. Not only did we have the Battle of Vancouver last week, we have the Battle of Toronto as Sammy decides to save Saltina, which leaves Dulce against Caramilk.
And honestly, both of these divas ate it the fuck down. Again, what is with our Canadian divas? And just performing their fucking hearts out. Both of these divas could have been Ashante You Stay, but unfortunately, we got a sachet away with Dulce.
Ugh. That rhymed.
I tried. I really tried.
And honestly, It's sad to see Dulce go because I feel like she was just starting to get into the groove of things, and I would have loved to have seen more from her, but I know that this is just the start, and we are going to see such amazing things in the future from our Canadian Mexican queen. I cannot wait.
Oh, I knew I should have gone for Drag Race Mexico.
Oh, so good. Diva, you will be missed, but Caramelk, you are here to slay another day, and I cannot wait to see what you bring.
And that wraps it up for us here at Tea with the
Maple Tree.
We have been reviewing Canada's Drag Race Season 6.
Episode 4 and 5.
And we will see you next week
On Tea with the Maple Tree.
I have been your holiday host, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And your favorite little Elfie, Tinkles.
And make sure that you stay warm, stay happy, and happy holidays. I will plug, because I'm contractually obligated to, that I will be performing and doing the splits and fun things at the Glitter Ball at Twisted Element all weekend long between Christmas and New Year. And on New Year's, don your best glitter and come out to the Glitter Ball at Twisted Element.
With special guest Hazel from Canada's Drag Race Season 6.
Glitter Ball! And thank you, Twisted Element, for letting us film here yet again. Glitter Ball!
Glitter Ball!
Glitter Ball!
Ball.